Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Local Music Shapes Culture. We are here with Tony of Global Rock Underground, online underground music community, where you provide resources for artists and also have started to get into music licensing. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
My name is Tony, owner of Global Rock Underground. I'm 26. I'm from Philadelphia. I've been a musician my entire life. Drums since I was 3. Did School of Rock when I was younger. Programs where they do like private lessons and you play with kids your age and cover bands. So I did that. And then I broke my wrist and then I moved. Not in that order, actually. I haven't thought about this for a while. But yeah, and then I played in a bunch of bands after high school. I found a band on Craigslist, moved to New York, lived in their
Really?
basement. Then COVID happened when I moved back from New York. Everything shut down. And then I started Philly Rock Underground because I wasn't able to play drums in bands anymore. So I needed something to do. And that was to uplift the music community here in Philly.
Yeah, I think I read
Um,
that on your Substack.
yeah. And then it just turned into Global Rock Underground. And now we're here.
Nice, that's awesome. What got you transitioned from, just doing Philly Rock Underground into making it like Global Rock Underground?
Mm. I guess I was doing the Philly playlists and like started booking shows a little. And then yeah, people just from like New York and New Jersey were hitting me up. And then I started a bunch of other Instagram profiles like Jersey Rock Underground, Brooklyn Rock Underground. I had like 7 different Instagrams.
That's a
No
lot to
one,
keep up with.
yeah, no one really knew they existed. Like because I started them all, and then I came up with Global Rock Underground and was like, I should probably just make this something more legit, I guess.
Yeah, having multiple Instagram accounts is so much to manage. Like, I find myself neglecting band accounts a lot just because it's one more account. And it's
Yeah.
like, why I didn't like make a new one for my podcast either? Because I'm like, no. So you've been playing drums since you were 3? That's like really young. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Yep. Me and my dad, we stopped at a garage sale and he got me bongos. This was when I was 3. My dad discovered I'm talented, discovered at 3 on the bongos from a garage sale. Yeah.
Cute. And like, when did you start playing with other people? When did you start playing on a real drum set?
Well, started playing on a
I
real
mean,
drum
not a
set.
real one. Yeah, a full.
Yeah, full kit when I was 4, and then I had a bunch of different private drum teachers, and then yeah, then I joined School of Rock when I was, I don't even know, pretty young though, and that's like any young musician that's under 18, I recommend joining a School of Rock because you get to play with other kids your age and like do cover shows and stuff. I think it's like every 3 months you cover a band and play with other people your age, and that helped a lot.
Cool. Hell yeah. Yeah, I think here, I've never been that involved with it, but there's like girls rock or something. I don't know if that's like a nationwide thing. But yeah, I also love things that specify like girls getting into music. So many times I go out to shows and like just the majority of people in the bands are like dudes, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Um, some of my favorite bands are, female fronted or full female bands.
Yeah, for sure.
Philly has a lot of great female bands.
Yeah, I've never been to Philly, honestly. I want to check it out sometime.
Well, you're welcome anytime.
Hell yeah. So you started somewhere before New York and then you moved to New York and then you moved back to Philly? Or
Yeah.
to Philly? Did you move from Philly?
Well, I grew up in Bucks County and then high school, freshman year, I moved to Westchester, then New York after high school, then back to like the suburbs outside of Philadelphia, and then in Philadelphia, and then outside of Philadelphia, and then back in Philly, and now I'm back out of Philly. Just kind of like moved my entire life, but Philly area for the most part.
Yeah. So when did you start playing in bands?
I probably like the first band, trying to think, before I moved to high school, when I was probably 13 or 14, in like some no-name band, just like me and my one friend, we were a two-piece band. It wasn't very long, but just from School of Rock.
Yeah.
My friend Dan Brackman, I think. Haven't talked to him a long time, but yeah. around 13-ish. I was in my first band, and we did like a battle of the bands thing and played a couple like local stuff in Doylestown, Pennsylvania.
And how many are you in now?
Just one. I'm pretty
Just
excited
one.
about it. Yeah, I took a break from playing in bands to focus on Global Rock Underground, to like
Really?
study for the music licensing stuff. Yeah, I took some classes with UCLA Extension. It's a really good program, but they have like individual classes. Like I did a music supervision one and a music publishing one, and that helped a lot. So I took a break from playing in bands, and then about a year ago, just joined this new band, and we're gonna be playing our first show coming up in the end of March. So I'm pretty stoked about that.
Really? What's it called?
Auto Center.
Auto Center? Like one
Yeah,
word?
I don't know actually. We haven't really decided that yet, but yeah, it's cool. I like it. Just like old school surfy punk.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
yeah, I like it.
Cool. Yeah, I'll have to check it out once you'll maybe watch some live videos. I don't know when y'all are gonna be ready to release anything.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, I don't know. We do have something on Bandcamp, but I don't know if it's like announced yet or if it's
Oh,
just,
okay.
yeah. So, not sure, but yeah,
No one heard
excited.
that. So what exactly is like music licensing? I gotta be honest, I'm not like really super familiar with it.
Yeah. So basically, like anything you hear in TV shows, for the most part, like it was licensed to be used, or like a Super Bowl commercial, you hear like a really popular song, someone, licensed that song, and
Yeah.
whoever the artist is, they get paid whatever the amount is, and if it's on like Netflix, like a TV show, it generates royalties. It's like a hidden gem of the music industry, especially for underground artists. It's really hard to like break into this side of the industry.
Like
Um,
get your music licensed.
yes, yeah, it's really
Ooh.
hard. It's really difficult. I just started the Sync agency, Sync SYNC, short for synchronization. Basically, I get bands music and we do a deal where I pitch their music to music supervisors, and those are the people that work for like film companies, TV shows, ad agencies, and I connect with these people, pitch them music. So like the show Wednesday, I could have a band that I would think is really good for one of their episodes, and I'll pitch it. And if we get a placement, it generates different fees and royalties. So I get paid for my fair work, and then the bands or solo artists gets their share and collects their royalties and stuff. I don't know if that answered it, but yeah, it's pretty confusing, but a really cool part of the music industry that I think a
Mhm.
lot of people should, look into.
What got you interested in starting to do that?
I was taking business classes at like my local community college here, right outside of Philadelphia, Delaware County Community College. And we were just like listening to one lecture, and I already had Global Rock Underground going, and I'm like trying to brainstorm like how to make it more legit and what to do with it. And I
Hmm.
heard something in this lecture about, I don't even know, I can't remember, but it just made me have this like brain blast of an idea to be the middleman to help artists get their music to music supervisors. And I came up with this whole plan, and then I just figured out that it's called a sync agency. And then I took the classes with UCLA and like learned from some other owners of different sync agencies that were kind enough to help me out. Then I got a lawyer and made an agreement and started the sync agency last year. And I've been building my catalog and growing my connections since then.
Cool. What like step of that process do you feel like you're at right now?
Basically, the same step of just like reaching out to people, building connections, and growing my catalog. It's like a never ending thing, but it's a really cool part of the industry.
Growing your
It's just
catalog, like as in growing.
my catalog of music. So
Okay,
finding art, yeah,
that's what I
finding artists.
thought. Yeah, cool. And then how do you like sort out like which ones you are pitching?
So yeah, like I used that example for Wednesday. So like that's a dark and moody show.
Hmm.
So I would like go through my catalog and find dark and moody songs. And then, yeah, for something more joyful and upbeat or positive, I would use something more upbeat and positive sounding, just emotion in the songs. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to explain.
No, I get it. I guess in my mind, I was like, what if you had a catalog of like an insane ton of music, you know? Like, how would you be able to like pinpoint what exactly would be like best?
Yeah, I'm trying to think like what my strategy is. I've been kind of just like, I don't know, just a little bit of everything. So like punk music, you know, I'll reach out for like some smaller opportunities with like independent skate brands. I'll try and reach out and be like, hey,
Yeah,
if you
Skate's a
ever,
good one. Yeah.
yeah, stuff like that. Even if it doesn't pay anything, like it's really good exposure for bands.
For sure.
Uh,
Yeah, one of our local bands, Wishy, I don't know if you're familiar, but like they got their music in a Sims video game like within the last year, I think, and they like had to record it in Simlish.
oh wow,
Yeah.
yeah. Wait, what band is it?
Wishy.
Wishy,
Hmm.
like Wishy.
Yeah.
Check them out from Indianapolis, or
Yeah, from Indy. Yeah, it's with Kevin Crowder and Nina Pitchkites.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Um, oh, the music licensing. Okay, so is like getting into your catalog, is that something that like bands like hit you up to do?
Yeah, there's a submission form on the Global Rock Underground website,
Okay.
and you can submit your music and like tell me about it, what you think it would be good in. Like, hey Tony, I could see my music in the new GTA video game, or a episode in the TV show Outer Banks, and then I'll take a listen to it, and
Like
then
they'll pitch themselves for like those specific, like how would they know about those things that are like still under development?
well, it's just like for you to give me more information about why you think your music is good for licensing.
Oh,
So
okay. So
it's
you
just
would
like,
sort that out. Yeah.
yeah, you could say something that already exists, like Skate 3, the video game, is already out. But like, it just gives me an idea before even listening to your music, what I can expect it to be good in, like what it would fit in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then, yeah, if I'm interested, then I'll reach it back out. So if you don't hear from me, might not be interested. But it's like there's bands that like I love so much, but unfortunately it's just not great, or I don't feel optimistic in spending a lot of time to try and get an opportunity. And that sounds terrible, but yeah, not, I don't
No, I
know.
mean, I mean it's a lot of work from you, you know. Like maybe once you
Yeah,
grow more, you'll have more capacity.
for sure. Yeah, it's like the plan is to well, one of the plans is just to be like the go-to person for underground punk or whatever it may be, just
Yeah.
for like smaller brands and small clothing companies, or yeah, I have so many ideas, but yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, that's really cool. I had a question. I forget what it was now. I don't know. We can get into the other resources that you offer artists. Like, what other resources do you offer artists besides? Oh, wait. I thought I had my question, then I lost it. Okay, let's get into the resources.
Yeah, feel free to cut me off if you
Okay.
remember the question.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, the resources are, I don't know. I'm gonna try and explain it in the most concise way. So the playlists we have, they're for music scenes. So like Philly Underground. I just changed it from like Philly's Best or Best of North Carolina to like North Carolina Underground, Midwest Underground. Yeah, so there's playlists for each scene, and they update every 3 to 6 months depending on how new they are. And it's just like active underground artists from each scene. So I connect with people in each scene and like learn about their scene. So yeah, you could utilize all our playlists to find bands in each scene, which is mainly North America, and book your own tour. And then we have a venue resource page that's like every time I connect with bands in different scenes, I'll ask them like a couple questions if they have the time to answer, which is like, What are some of your favorite indie venues, just like independently owned music venues, smaller music venues, or even if it's like a coffee shop that throws shows, stuff like that. And then they give me this information. I put it on the venue resource page on our website. So that's really cool. Each cover for the playlists is photographers like from each scene. So I find local photographers that are active and promote their work, and I make these collages for each playlist, which is really cool. That's like one of my favorite things, just because I don't know. I feel like photographers are not as appreciated as they should be. They're a really important part of like a thriving music scene.
Oh, they totally are.
So I like doing that a lot. That's been really fun. Basically, the playlist they update every 3 to 6 months. So it's like a really cool way to hear like the sound of a scene.
For sure.
And yeah, the venues. We started a Discord channel where you can like interact with people from each scene. That's still new, but we have like 200 people so far, and it's been really just like nice to chat with other people in scenes. And yeah, and the designers will try and do some things for designers. We're trying to like put together resources where like there's just people ready to make flyers, stuff like that. And then Substack, I'm pretty sure that's how I found you, which
Yeah.
I've been really liking your Substack.
Thanks. This is where Substack's where I host my podcast actually. They host the RSS feed and everything.
Yeah, so I've been digging Substack. So every time I like put an article out, I'm trying to have an artist like design the cover of it, the cover art for it. Just like giving people opportunities, another resource we're trying to do to where we just highlight talented people in different music scenes, whether you're an artist, a photographer, a videographer, a designer, a creative, a zine enthusiast, a writer, a podcaster,
Yeah.
whatever it is. Community is like what makes a good scene good
Dude, there's
scene.
a lot of zinesters on Substack. Have you noticed that?
No, but I saw the post that you made. I need to like do a deeper dive into Substack. I like it so far, but that's awesome to
Yeah.
hear.
Yeah, I like Substack a lot too. So all that is like a lot for one person to do. Like, how do you manage doing all of that?
I don't really do anything else, so I don't really. I'm not into sports. I watch like Seinfeld for like 30 minutes. I
Seinfeld's
don't.
awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't really do anything else. I just play music and I just really love music and I don't mind doing all this. Like I enjoy doing it. But yeah, I definitely have been thinking about getting other people involved. Because there's just like certain things that does take a lot of time that I think would be good to have other people in different scenes do.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, and sometimes like the things that you don't like to do, like someone else likes to do or is really good at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's just I don't really make money from all that stuff. Like
Yeah.
the music licensing I can make money from, but everything else is just kind of for the love of music and the culture of underground music. So it
Hmm.
doesn't pay anything. So finding people to also
Do that
that
for
just
free.
yeah, is kind of difficult. But I do know a lot of people. I just haven't taken the next step to like implement that into Global Rock Underground. But it's something I think I've been thinking about a lot recently. Is just getting other people involved.
Yeah. How would you like to see it like grow in like a year or 2 years? Like where would you like to see it be?
I can't give too much out, but I have something really cool in mind
Yeah.
for yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
your secret. Well, we're all looking forward to it.
Me too. It's gonna be really cool.
Where do you see the, how about the music licensing? Like, where do you want to see that going? Like in a couple years?
Just getting bigger and being able to sustain myself financially, just getting consistent placements, which is like the hardest thing, continuing to grow and getting consistent placements would be really great. Really difficult though. I like it. I think it's going to be good for Global Rock Underground just to
Cool.
give people the chance to be heard more and get their music out there, get more exposure, get
Yeah.
funding for tours. So
Well, let's go back a little bit. We haven't really talked about much in like your experience in your local music scene. Were you in bands in the when you were in New York, or were you still really young? I can't
yeah,
remember.
so right after high school, I put up flyers in my town Westchester, Pennsylvania, like drummer looking for a band. And I walked into a music store and I asked them if I can put my flyer up. And they were like, why don't you just go on Craigslist? And I was like, that sounds sketchy, but I did it anyway. I found a band in New York, close to Poughkeepsie, and yeah, they were just the same age as me. I drove up and auditioned. Yeah, just like ended up moving there, living in their basement. So that was like my experience with that,
Were
playing
you
some
playing a lot of
shows.
shows in that band? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean a good bit. It was like less than a year. I would probably say like 9, 10 months I was there, so not too long. But yeah, we had some really cool opportunities.
What's the New York music scene like?
Well, we were in like upstate New York, so
Okay.
it was
I'm not that
different.
familiar with New York.
Yeah, New York is huge, but I've been to New York like somewhat recently, and my favorite scenes are like in Brooklyn. They have a
Yeah.
really cool scene. It's like 3 times the size of Philly, maybe bigger. I'm not sure, but I
Yeah,
really
I
like
bet.
really dig the Brooklyn music scene. So yeah, when I think of the New York music scene, I do think of Brooklyn and just like areas close by to Brooklyn.
Just because that's like where you've had exposure.
Yeah, yeah, I know a lot of people in that area. Really cool scene. But yeah, Asbury Park, that area is really cool too. But yeah, New York's huge. Really, really dig the scene there. Um,
Yeah.
and then Philly is just like home base. Just really cool venue owners for the most part, and just a really tight community of people. So I really dig Philly.
And have you been very close to any other music scenes? Local music scenes?
New Jersey
Yeah.
is, yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people in New Jersey. It's just like right over the bridge from Philly. But Asheville, I really want to check out, and Raleigh, North Carolina. But I
Yeah.
think that's our most popular playlist is the North Carolina one,
Really?
as in terms of likes or follows on the Spotify. That's the one that has the most follows or likes or whatever it is. So I want to go there.
What do you think is most important for a thriving local music scene?
It's like really hard to answer, but just having a really tight community. So like just any kind of creative being involved. So like photographers should be, going out and shooting shows, and the band should be supporting the photographers. Designers and artists, creatives should be designing flyers. So yeah, just being involved
Yeah,
and
like having the broader art community in like integrated with the local music scene. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, basically it's really important. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean bands get so much farther with when visual artists are involved and photographers. Like
Yeah.
how are we supposed to promote ourselves? How are we supposed to have artwork?
Exactly. So, yeah, just a tight community, and there's scenes within music scenes. So, like, there's the punk scene,
Yeah.
then there's like the folk scene. So you don't have to be involved in all of them. If acoustic folk blues stuff is your niche, just become a part of that and help people out, promote their stuff, whether you're in a band or a photographer. So yeah, just be active, spread love, do work, support others' work, try things, fail, try other things, succeed, fail.
Yeah, just that community support and like encouragement. I feel like, yeah, the attitude of the people in your local music scenes, I think, is one of the most important things for a thriving one. Because, if it feels kind of gatekeepy or like judgmental or like, what do you think you're doing? It's like, no, it doesn't really encourage a lot of people to join, but when people are like, yeah, we want all the young kids out here and like just start making stuff like you're doing great, like just start playing shows. I feel like that's when it's really thriving.
Yeah, for sure. Optimism,
Yeah.
positivity, and yeah, just feeling welcomed. I guess that's why I like Philly so much. There's a lot of that. Um, like anybody's welcome, and uh, keep it safe and stuff. Like if anyone does anything stupid, it's known pretty quickly. Philly's pretty small, but has a really cool, big
Really
music
small?
scene. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty small.
Really? I never imagined. I guess I always thought it would be larger than Indianapolis.
Well, Philly's just one little city in Pennsylvania. So like Pittsburgh, I don't even really like. I know some bands there, but I don't know how their scene is. But yeah, Philly's small. There's North Philly, West Philly, and South Philly, and there's just like little different scenes within each. But yeah, if someone does something stupid, everyone knows about it immediately. So yeah, definitely tight community, keeping everyone safe, and that's important.
Yeah. Where do you like see underground music genre trends like headed towards, especially in like punk or these like underground communities?
Let me try and like understand this question.
Do you see trends in the types of music that is getting popular?
I mean, for punk, it's always been politics, so I don't
Yeah.
think that's gonna change. Yeah, which I like a lot. Punk is like my favorite genre. It's just you expressing your emotion and how you feel. Um, and that's just like very authentic to me, which I think is one of the most important things for any artist to be is just authentic and sharing your emotion. So I see it going in the same direction for punk for the most part. I don't think anyone knows where trends are going. Like TikTok came pretty quick, and that was, some people see it as good, some people see it as bad. But either way, like if you're a part of the music today, you kind of just have to embrace anything that's popular. I mean, you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't
I,
have
I'm
to,
not.
but
I'm not
yeah,
on TikTok.
I am.
But yeah, I mean, I know people that are in really cool punk bands that have gained a lot of benefit from TikTok. Um,
Yeah, I've been trying to get one of my bands to post on TikTok more.
yeah, it depends what you want to do. But yeah, I mean, it's all up to you. There's no like right or wrong answer, or I don't know. It's a really tough one to answer just because.
It's fair. I feel like some people have more of a like sense for that. So, do you have anything else you would like to touch on?
Join our Discord,
Yes.
follow us on Instagram, check the venue resource page out, follow the Substack. I'm gonna try and put out one article every week, have a designer make the cover art. So if you're a
Sure.
designer and would like some exposure, I'll give you a shout out on Instagram,
And what's your Instagram?
Global Rock Underground,
Okay.
and website, globalrockunderground.com. Spread love, do good things for people, help people out.
Join
Uh,
bands, support your community.
yes, be optimistic, build community, be authentic, be patient, not complacent, put in the work, figure things out, fail, and that's basically it. And when I say fail, it just means like try things. Don't be afraid to try things and fail because that's the only way you're gonna figure out like the next step. But
That is
yeah,
facts.
I just love music very much, and I'm super thankful to be here and chat with you. And yeah, I like everything you got going on too. So
Thank
thank
you.
you. Yeah, thank you for taking the time to chat with me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm happy you got on the podcast. Thank you, Tony, and thank you for everyone that's joined. This has been Local Music Shapes Culture. I'm Alison Christoff. You can follow me on my Instagram, Alison K. Christoff, or follow me on Substack. And if you want to support what I'm doing, you can subscribe or become a paid subscriber for $5 a month. Thank you, guys.